Card controls are vital when it comes to card magic. They play an integral role in deceiving the spectator on the placement of their selected card. They range from easy to an even more complex difficulty. But regardless of what your level is with card controls, you'll love the two that I'll be sharing with you. What up, crew? Hope you're doing well, and welcome back to the place where you learn deception through the use of your hands. I usually don't do these types of videos on my channel because I don't know. But in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a very convincing easy and intermediate level card control that I think you'll enjoy. I'm dying. So before we get started, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, grab your favorite deck of playing cards, and now, let's do it. Alright, yo, so check this out. For those of you who are curious, today I'm going to be using the Echo Niagara playing cards by Lotus in Hand. And the reason I chose to use this deck is because, check it out, everything is white and gray, and then bam, you see one card that's blue and white, and we can kind of use this as like our controlled card, which is great for like tutorial type settings, and I just thought this worked perfectly, so here we are. Now let me show you the exposed view that looks very nice with this deck. So you have that one card, right? We show the card face up, we turn it face down, and right, we take it and we lose it somewhere on the top half, put that somewhere in the center, close it all up, and you already know it's right up here on top. Now I love how this control looks, I love how this control feels, it feels so natural when you do it. So let's just go ahead and say we're performing this control, right? We have a card selected by a spectator, they can touch the back of any card, let's just say this one, and the back of our card is blue just for showcasing purposes on this tutorial. So they touch the back of this card, you're going to use your spread here now to flip this card face up. So you push it forward like this using your thumb, get to the edge of this card with the edge of this packet here, flip it face up, and show the card to the spectator 8 of diamonds. What's happening now is as you come over and, close this, you're going to bring this packet all the way here, grab this card, and push that into the upper packet. So again, slow down. Let me just get there one more time. We have this card here. We turn it face up, turn it face back down. As we turn it face back down, grab that card, put it in the center of the packet here, and the controlled card will be here where the spectator thinks it's here. One more time, going up to speed, we have a card selected at random. Let's just say this card right over here, 8 of diamonds. Take a look at it, remember it. We'll take that card, leave it right here, put that in the center over there, push that in, magic riffle, and boom, there it is. And one cool thing that you can do to kind of make this a bit more flashy, let's say you have a card selected again, it's of course our blue 8 of diamonds. You turn that face down, control it somewhere into the center, right? You push that in, and then you say it'll come to the top here, so you can kind of flick your wrist, say it's going to come to the top, push that over to the other half and turn it face up and ask them, oh, is that your card? They're going to say, obviously that's not my card was 8 of diamonds. You can say, okay, I'm sorry. Then you can perform the snap change. So check this out, boom, snap change. The card changes instantly to their card, and that's kind of a nice added touch to this control. And there you have it. I could literally do this control all day long. So I'm going to call this the stud second deal card control, right? Let's say we have a spectator cut the deck any way they want. They cut the deck about here, just so we have our blue back card right there. They take a look at this card. It happens to be the 8 of diamonds. We're going to take the 8 of diamonds, leave it somewhere right there. Cut that deck and check it out. Oh my God, it's on top. So of course the premise behind this control is very simple, right? We have a card selected at random. It is the 8 of diamonds for us. That's what it always is. You're going to deal off the second card, not the top card, the second card, and put that on the table or on top of the deck, telling the spectator that's their card. Give the rest of the deck a cut, and the card will be on top of the deck. Now, it's much easier said or than done. Okay, now here's how the technical aspect of this works. So whatever you want to do, you cut to a certain card, whether it's a dribble, a cut, or anything in between. You have a card on top, and you show the spectator that's your selected card, right? Now, the technique behind how to actually do the stud second is, I guess, not too easy, but also not super difficult. I like to come over to the edge here, place my thumb along this edge, and push over 2 cards like so. And the way that I'm pushing over these 2 cards, again, the grip I'm doing, pinky on bottom, index finger on top, thumb, again, is doing the pushing, and the middle finger and ring finger are on this side. What the middle finger and ring finger are helping with is controlling the number of cards that leave, because if these fingers weren't here and it was just like this, the entire deck would kind of just slide forward. But if you have the middle finger and ring finger there, when you're pushing this forward, you can limit the number of cards that actually get pushed forward. So for example, if I want to limit it to just one, if I push up here, once I know it's just one card, I can kind of restrict the rest of the cards from going forward. If I want to do this with 2 cards, I just have to know the feeling of when the edges of the 2 cards pass my fingers, right? So that's 1 card, that's 2 cards. In this case, we obviously want them to go together, so let me do that one more time. You can see these 2 cards are pretty much going together. They're not separated too much. As you can see, there's a small, they're not completely square. There is a little bit of separation, but a little bit's okay. Because another thing, and I really wouldn't recommend this unless you're just starting off in Magic, another thing you can kind of do to cover up this kind of motion is slightly tilt back your wrist. So normally you're like this. You can tilt back slightly to kind of get those 2 cards across and then pull that card out. But again, I'd recommend not tilting back, because for me that just seems very obvious that someone's doing something sneaky. So I'd recommend just dealing with practicing this move correctly so you don't have to tilt your wrist back. So that's going to be the most difficult part, pushing over 2 cards as one. Once you figure that out, the only thing you have to do now is come over with your other hand, and for me, my dominant hand, and just grab the card underneath. So I'm using my middle finger, ring finger, and thumb to grab the card underneath like this. Pull that out. As I'm pulling out, this thumb pulls this card back, and I put that on the table. Another thing to do to make this a bit easier for you, as you're pushing these 2 cards, grab with your hand here. You can tilt your wrist down a little bit as you're putting this card down, just because I feel like in a natural motion you would kind of do this anyway. You kind of want to see what's natural and go along with doing that. So you do this anyway, and the card goes down, but of course the selected card is still on top. So up to speed, this is what we got. I love this single blue card. I can play with this card all day. If you want to learn another card control that completely fooled me when I first saw it, click on this video right here. You will not regret it. If you enjoyed this content and want to help support what I do, consider heading on over to my Patreon and joining on any one of those tiers. Your support would really go a long way, and you'd get a lot of great benefits. Thanks so much for spending your time with me. It was a pleasure having you here. Have a great day ahead, and I hope to see you in the next video.